If you can spare me just a few minutes, you will get 10 years of your life back. All the lessons I'm going to share with you in this video have allowed me to completely transform my life, but also myself as an individual. Just over 5 years ago, in fact, I was so anxious, I couldn't even leave the house to go for a walk in the neighborhood. I'm not joking. I was lonely, I was broke, I only had $400 in my bank account. Nowadays, I am self-confident, I trust myself fully, but I was also able to find the love of my life and to make upwards of $1,000 a day with my own coaching business. And that transformation took me 10 years to accomplish. So take what you will from this video, but I genuinely believe it can save you a lot of time, and there's nothing more precious than time in this world. In the book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, the author explains that there are typically 5 main forms of regret that people have in life. The first is wishing they had lived a life true to themselves, not what others expected. I can tell you for a fact, people pleasers are the most miserable people in the world because they do everything for other people, even when they don't want to, but they never take the time to do anything for themselves. They spend all their time filling other people's cup, but their own often ends up empty. Typically, these people are afraid of conflict. They're afraid to stand up for themselves and to say what they really think, to share their opinion, because they're afraid of being rejected by the group. It feels painful. Nobody likes to feel rejected. It's the person who goes to med school because their parents wanted them to become a doctor, even though deep down that's not what they want to do with their life. Maybe they want to be a musician, to be an entrepreneur, and to live life on their own terms. The second regret is working too hard. I can sum up my life philosophy in just one short sentence. Work hard, play hard. I believe in working extremely hard to get the things that you want out of life. Coming from a lower middle class family, no one was going to help me to build the business of my dreams in exchange of nothing, just like that. And it's not like I was going to make the amount of money I wanted out of thin air. I knew I would need to work extremely hard to make this happen. But at the same time, let's be honest, life isn't just about work. I am personally willing to work more and longer than 99% of people, but the only reason for that is I want to be able to afford a higher quality of life than 99% of people, and at the same time do something gratifying, which is to help ambitious individuals to quit the 9-to-5 rat race and make $10,000 to $15,000 per month and even more with their own service or coaching business. That's what drives me, that's what fuels me. When I wake up in the morning, I have all the motivation I need because I have a strong mission, something that's bigger than me. But there's no point in just working for the sake of working. And ever since you were a child, you've been told by society you need to sell your time. You're going to be paid per hour. You have an hourly wage. But the thing is, there's nothing that's more precious in this world than time. You can always make more money, but you can never get back the time that you lost. It's impossible. So yes, work hard, but make sure to enjoy your life as well. The third regret of elderly people is wishing they had expressed their feelings more often. I can relate to this especially well because I'm typically not the feeling type. I'm very logical, very analytical, and for the longest time, I simply viewed emotions as a weakness. But then I came to realize emotions are also what make us human. And for the longest time, I was trying to avoid my negative emotions and to numb myself, to numb the pain, instead of facing my emotions head on and understanding what message they were trying to deliver. So it's not until the day I forced myself to just sit there and feel my negative emotions that everything changed in my life. Because all the energy I was putting into numbing myself, sedating myself, running away from my problems and from my negative emotions, it was eating me alive. The fourth regret is losing touch with friends. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. When I started my business and as I started to see some success, I lost a few people who were close to me. Because sometimes when you do something which is different to the traditional way of doing things, you will have some people who just don't get it. And that's okay. Everybody's got a different opinion and a different way of doing things. But if you've got some people in your life right now, they're very supportive of what you do, cherish them dearly because they are more precious than all the gold in the world. Because at the end of the day, you could have all the money that you want, all the success that you want, but if you've got nobody to share it with, it's kind of depressing. The fifth regret of elderly people is wishing they had simply allowed themselves to be happier. Far too often, we're going to get in the way of our own happiness. We're not going to go out with somebody, even though we love them, because we think maybe our family wouldn't approve of that relationship. We don't start that business that could set us free from our 9-to-5 which we hate, because we're afraid of failing, of looking like a fool, of being criticized, of being rejected. But at the end of your life, do you seriously think you're not going to regret not even trying? Do you seriously think you'll be able to live this world peacefully, knowing you could have done so much more and you didn't? All for what? Because you were afraid? Fear is a valid concern, but 99% of the time, the fear that you have in your head, it's not even real. You have to realize that. Typically in life, you can encounter two types of problems: real, physical, tangible obstacles and imaginary problems. So to give you an example, a real tangible obstacle would be something like, I spoke to 50 people on sales meetings and nobody bought my service. It's a real tangible problem. You need to do something about it so you can fix it and get the outcome that you want, which is to get more clients for your business. But an imaginary obstacle would be thinking, I'm scared that this won't work for me. I'm scared that this is too good to be true. I'm scared that I won't sign any customers. Never ever hold yourself back because of an assumption you've made in your mind. Over 5 years ago, I was so anxious, I couldn't even go for a walk outside. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty pathetic, but that's the truth. I'm being honest with you. That's the problem with the brain. When you go through traumatic events in the past, your brain will see any small thing in your environment as a potential threat to your safety. And while that used to be a very powerful mechanism to help us to survive, nowadays, in modern societies, we're not surrounded by constant dangers the same way we were thousands of years ago, back when we still had to hunt for food every day, out there in the dangerous wilderness. I remember at some point, I just had enough. I wanted to start a profitable business. I wanted to become successful, but fear was holding me back, so I was holding myself back. And that went on for 7 months, until at some point, I just had enough. I had enough of underachieving, of not even seeing what I was capable of. Because if you never try to push yourself past your comfort zone, you have no idea what you're actually capable of. You could do so much more. You could do 100 times more, but you don't even try. And so I forced myself to grab my running shoes and to go outside. My heart was pounding so fast in my chest, I thought I was going to die. And so I went outside, I started to walk, I went into a small wood near my parents' house, and I took a picture and a video to send it to my best friend. And he literally said word for word, "Oh my god, you finally went outside. Congratulations, brother. This is a huge step forward." Do you realize this? My best friend of the time congratulated me because I went for a walk. And nowadays, I'm able to close $1,000 deals with complete strangers, when back then I couldn't even leave the house. So if I could do that, what makes you think you can't go after your dreams? If you're an ambitious individual and you want to be able to make enough money so you can quit your job and live the life of freedom and abundance you've always wanted, you can check out the free resources in the description below. I've recorded a free video in which I'm going to share with you exactly what I did step by step to make upwards of $1,000 a day selling services and coaching online. Or if you'd like to get my help and you're committed to starting your business so you can become financially free, you can directly apply to book a free call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you. I know it's difficult to do, but you need to learn to appreciate the present moment, especially if you're the high achiever type. You've got big goals and big dreams, you're extremely ambitious and competitive. Most people tolerate mediocrity, but you want so much more, and you can't repress that desire. It's in you. I know how difficult it can be to focus on the present moment because you're always thinking about the future. And that's even more true if currently you hate your life, you hate your present circumstances. Maybe every morning you have to get up early to go to a job that you hate just to pay your bills because you have to. If you truly want to build something big with your life, you probably struggle to be present in the moment, and that's understandable. In fact, I'm like that too. Since I'm always building for the future, it's hard to be fully grounded in the present moment and to be satisfied with it because there's always more to be done, there's always more to be achieved. But sometimes the difference between a good day and a bad day is literally just your capacity to enjoy the present moment. Because typically in life, what matters the most is not so much what happens, but rather the way that you frame it, your perception of it. You could have gone through a lot of shit in your childhood, I know I did, and you could use that as fuel to work harder, to be disciplined, to prove all your haters wrong, and so you become successful. Or you could use that as an excuse as to why you can't become successful, because as a child you went through this and this, and so now you lack the confidence or the discipline to get stuff done and to make your dreams happen. Either way, the same thing happened. Your childhood is the same in that example, but what matters is what you do with it. You can use a negative event as fuel to move forward, so turn it into a positive, or let the negative stay a negative and do nothing with it. If anything, it only limits you even more. Pressure makes diamonds, and it also bursts pipes. So which one are you? You've got to realize there's no benefit to waiting. The sooner you start, the sooner you get results, the sooner you succeed. Every single day, you need to do at least one small thing that gets you closer to your dreams. If you do that for months and for years, you will end up getting what you want. Fortune favors the bold. I speak to a lot of ambitious people on a weekly basis, people who want to quit their jobs and make a lot of money, $10,000 to $15,000 per month and even more, with their own business. And a lot of them, they tell me it's been months, even years, since they've been thinking about starting a business and becoming financially free, but they still haven't gotten started, even though they're smart, hardworking, and talented. And usually it's for two reasons: the fear of not succeeding, the fear of looking like a fool, the fear of facing rejection, or it's also because they have no idea what to do. They're completely lost. They don't even know where to begin because there's so much stuff to do. They have no one to guide them, to show them the way, to mentor them. To be honest with you, I attribute the level of success I have right now to three main mentors. Without these three people, I would not be where I am today. I probably wouldn't even be alive. So look, you need to make a choice now. You can keep watching YouTube videos on how to change your life or how to make money with a business, but doing that will not change your life and it won't make you money because you're consuming, you're being passive. Or if you're committed to finally starting your business so you can become financially free, you can check out the free resources in the description below or directly book a free call with me or my team and we'll see if we can help you. you. That being said, if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel to empower ambitious individuals across the globe to become financially free.